Hello and welcome to today's yoga and Pilates flow. We're starting in a seated position. You can place your feet right in front of you, placing them together. And then from here on, you can hug the backside of your legs. If that's too intense, you can also choose to grab the backside of your legs with your hands. From here on, you want to really breathe in, grow up towards the ceiling. And when you breathe out, you're really rounding your back, pulling your chin in, looking towards your navel. Breathing in, growing up, lengthening, and then breathing out, rounding to the back, creating some kind of a C curve in your whole back. And you really want to make sure that when you breathe in and you lengthen, you want to also pull your navel in and up, up. And then when you round your back, you want to pull your navel even more in. Doing this a few times. Changing between lengthening and rounding. And then from here on, you can grab the back side of your legs and slowly roll to the back, pulling your knees towards you, towards your upper body, grabbing your knees and circling them away from each other. So opening your knees, closing them again, drawing big circles, using your hands to really try to relax the muscles of your legs. Very good. And then from here on, you can stretch your legs and your arms up and shake them, shake everything off. And then place your left foot on the mat, rather close to your buttocks. Stretch your right leg up. And we're doing a few flicks and points with the right foot. So you point your foot like a ballerina and then you pull your toes towards you for the flex position. Doing this a few times. And then we're drawing big circles. We really want to find a big range of motion here. So make sure that you don't just draw small circles, but you really want to feel the muscles around your ankle working, changing the direction of the circle. Very nice. And then you can shake your foot, shake your leg, and we're changing legs. Place your right foot on the mat, stretch your left leg up. And then first, we're starting with the flex and point on the left side. Make sure that you also relax your neck. You pull your chin in a little bit, pull your navel in and up, making sure that your lower back is anchored into the mat. So, even here, keeping an active powerhouse. And then slowly you can start to draw circles in one direction, finding that big range of motion, that full range of motion, making it slow but effective. And then changing the direction of your circle, really trying to find out how big can you make the circle without moving your leg, just moving your foot. And then from here on, shake your foot, shake your leg, place both feet on the mat and slowly roll up again into your seated position. Then from here on, you can pull the right knee towards you. You can also choose to grab the backside of your leg if hugging your leg is a little bit too much. And then from here on, try to really find the connection from your thigh to your upper body and start stretching your leg as much as you can and then flexing your foot to bend it once again. Point your foot and stretch the leg and flex and bend. A few times like that, really trying to keep your spine really long and keeping a connection of your thigh to your upper body. Make sure that your breath stays long, stays deep. And then grab the backside of your leg, stretch your leg, pointed foot, walk your hands up and slowly round your back and roll down towards the mat, taking the leg with you. And come up again really slowly and controlled. Try not pulling up your shoulders towards the ears, but keeping them rather down and slowly rolling back down. This exercise is really similar to the tree on the reformer, but we're doing it on the mat and really trying to get in those deeper inner core muscles. So, really pull your navel in and up, rounding, especially your lower back when you round down onto the mat. And then when you roll up, you really want to make it slow and controlled. Fight to come up. Use your inner muscles. And then bend your leg. And we're changing sides. You can choose whether you really want to hug your left leg or whether you want to just grab the backside of your leg. And you don't need to make that big of a range of motion here. You can choose to not straighten the leg fully, but it's really important that you keep your spine long, that you keep your deep core muscles active, that you don't fall into your lower back here. Doing this a few times, like on the other side, stretching your leg with a pointed foot, and then flex your foot to bend your leg once again. And then stretch your leg. Bring your hands to the backside of your leg. Walk up a little bit. Lengthen your spine and then round your lower back to roll back and roll down. Make it as slow and as controlled as possible. Chin in, slowly coming back up, using as much as you can your inner core muscles, not too much in your arms. Slowly back down again. Taking your leg with you, feeling the stretch here. And when you come back up, make sure to really lengthen and pull your leg towards you to feel the stretch before you go back down onto the mat. That is it. You can place your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees sink to the left side. Open your knees and then both to the right side, making this slowly and controlled. Good job. Then for the reverse tabletop, you're placing your hands right behind you, as wide as your shoulders, and place your feet hip width distance apart. And then from here on, you bring your buttocks up. Make sure that you pull your navel in and up, keeping your ribs closed and coming back down. Doing this a few times, slowly and controlled. Really stay active in your core muscles. Keep your ribs closed. And don't let your head fall to the back, rather, keep your eyes locked on your navel. And again, these are Pilates exercises, right? So we want to do them slowly and controlled. We really want to feel every muscle. And then place your buttocks down. Hug your thighs once again. And breathing out around your back, the way that we started this class a few times, lengthening, opening your chest, breathing out, rounding, chin in. Then move your buttocks a little bit more to the front. Come back down, lying on your back. Place your feet on the mat, close together. And then bring your buttocks up and stay there and stretch the right leg up. Make sure that your hips are square. You can take a look down at your hips. So you really want to pull the right hip forward, the left hip toward you. And we're doing one-legged glute bridge here. So you're bringing your buttocks up and back down. And then keep your buttocks up, flex your foot, lower the right leg, point and kick up towards the ceiling. Flex and lower down, point and kick up. And slowly come back down. That's it for this side. Very nice. And then bring your buttocks back up, stretch the left leg up. We're doing the same thing on this side. Make sure that your hips are square. You can take a look if you need to. And then a few times going up and down, keeping your ribs closed. And then stay up there, flex your foot, lower down, point and kick up. A few times like that. Make sure that the height of your buttocks, of your hips doesn't change. You're just moving the leg and come back down. Place your left foot on the mat. Open your feet, mat wide distance apart. And let your knees fall to the left side, to the right side. And then bring your feet close together. Let your knees fall to the side. Bring the soles of your feet together for this frog position. And then from here on, you bring your buttocks up and slowly coming back down. Make sure that you find some sort of articulation in your spine. So you want to bring your buttocks up, then your lower back, then middle back, and then middle back down, lower back down, buttocks down. Really finding this articulation as much as you can. Staying active in your inner core, keeping your ribs closed. Pulling the hands, your fingers to the front, so you really find space between your shoulders and your ears. And then keep your buttocks up for doing low pulses. Up and down, up and down. Okay, and roll back down. Bring your knees together. Grab your knees for a little stretch. And then come back up into your seated position. Cross your legs to come on all fours to the front. Very good. We're doing a few circular movements here from cat to cow. Really also moving your head, changing the direction of the circle. And then tuck your toes under. Bring your buttocks up. Heels as much down as you can so you really feel the stretch in your downward facing dog. You can choose to bend one leg after the other and walk the dog if you feel like it. Finding some movement, linking the movement to your breath. And then make sure to find some stillness too. Then you can lift the right foot off and bring the right toes onto the left heel and really pushing the heel, pulling the heel down, feeling the stretch. And we're changing legs, placing the right foot down, bringing the left toes to the right heel, pulling down, feeling the stretch on the right side. And releasing. And then open your feet as wide as the mat. Lift your heels up, bend your legs, and bring your buttocks to the back towards your heels, and then stretch and heels back down again a few times like that. This is a really good mobility exercise for your hips. Make sure that when you bend your legs and you bring your buttocks to the back, you also open your knees a little bit, like a frog position again. Stretching and heels back down. A few times like that. Also make sure that your hands stay really glued to the mat, have a connection to the mat. are really pushing into the mat even. Here again, make sure to slow down the movement. Place both knees onto the mat as wide as the mat. Bring your toes together and come down to your child's position. From here on, press your fingertips into the mat and then circle your upper body. Like the cat and cow, the circular movement on all fours, but we're doing it here in our child's position. Make sure that you keep your hips, that way you don't find any movement here. You're not lifting your buttocks up. You're just finding movement in your upper body, and we're changing the side of our circles. And then come back up onto all fours, tuck your toes under to bring your knees back into your starting position, into your all fours position. Then from here on, really try to press your hands into the mat and push yourself away. And then you slowly pull your shoulder blades towards each other. We're doing this a few times like that. It's a mobility exercise for the shoulders. So you're pulling the shoulder blades towards each other and then you're pushing yourself away from the mat. You're not rounding your back, you're keeping your back neutral. We're doing this a few times like that, just moving the shoulders and the shoulder blades here. If you want to make it a little bit tougher, then you can also choose to tuck your toes under and lift your knees off a little bit, just a few inches off the mat. Make sure that your core stays really active, that you're not falling into your lower back. And then slowly come up, shake your hands, shake your arms, circle your shoulders to the back and to the front. Whenever you need, shake it off. And then tuck your toes under, coming back on all fours a few times, doing some circular movement just with the shoulder blades. There will be some movement in your back as well, but we're trying to really concentrate on our shoulders here. And you can, of course, also choose to do this here with your knees off as well to make it a little bit more intense. For me, it was easier to keep my core and my lower back stable here when lifting the knees off. And then make sure to also change the direction of your circles, really focusing on your shoulder blades, especially if you're doing this the first time. It's not easy, so give yourself time. And then slowly sit back on your heels, circle your shoulders, release any tension. All right, from here on, hands back to the mat, tuck your toes under. And then we're doing the next mobility exercise for the shoulders. You're trying to move your shoulder blades diagonally away from each other. So you're pulling the left shoulder blade towards the front side of the mat, right shoulder blade towards the back side of the mat. And then you change sides. Doing this a few times, you can also again choose to lift your knees off here. Make sure that you find as little movement as possible in your lower back and as much movement as possible in your shoulder blades. So always one shoulder blade to the front, one shoulder blade to the back. And then again, release. You can come into your child's pose. And if you want, you can also do the circles again as we did before, placing the fingertips on the mat, circling your upper body. Bring your knees together. Tuck your toes under. Bring your knees a little bit more to the back for supported plank, or you go into full plank position. Bend your arms slowly, chaturanga, to come down onto your stomach. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Open your hands as wide as the mat. For the swimmer, you can start with an easier version where you just lift one arm and one leg, always diagonally. So right arm, left leg up, and then left arm, right leg up. A few times like that, slowly and controlled. Also make sure to pull your shoulders away from your ears. We want to create space in our neck. We want to release any tension here and move into our core. So even though we're moving our legs and arms, we still want to keep that connection to the core. You can also choose to bring your arms and legs closer together. You can also, if you want, lift everything up. Keep everything up to do the slow movement, one leg, one arm up, or you can do the full dynamic swimmer. Swim, 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 and keeping the core engaged. Make sure to not hold your breath. And then place your hands right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and come up into your downward facing dog. Nice job. Step to the front, to your hands. For your forward fold, you have different options here. You can grab the back side of your leg, you can grab your calves, you can grab your ankles, or you can grab your elbows and move your upper body to the side, left and right. Choose whichever variation you want to. With every breath in, lengthen the spine. With every breath out, you want to come deeper into your forward fold. Breathing in, bring your arms up above your head, hands together into prayer position and right in front of your chest. And then walk to the front, bend your legs, arms up. And then arms to the front to slowly bend your legs even more and come down onto your seated position, slowly and controlled. Grab the back side of your leg to roll back into your lying down position. And you made it. Find your Savasana, your end pose. Allow yourself to relax fully. Release any tension by deepening your breath. And really allow yourself to breathe into your belly. Lengthen your breath. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck, shoulders, arms, back, buttocks, legs, feet. Let your body sink into the mat slowly. You can choose to stay here a little longer if you wish. If you want, you can slowly move your fingers and your toes. Find some movement. Lay down on one side and then push yourself up into your seated position. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.